Hey there, Matt's Garage here. So we're actually going to pick up a second Mercedes. We're going S-Class on this one. We actually already bought it. It's a 91 420 SEL, and we just went to the gas station. The seller gave us a can of gas. The car's right out of gas, so just went and picked up some of that good premium, and we're gonna put that in and hit the road. Driving the new S-Class. V8 power. So far pretty smooth. We're on a rough road, so. Almost hit a deer. Brakes seem to work good and all that kind of stuff. Transmission shifts nice and smooth. Just accelerating onto the highway. Try and get that speedo there, Nash. Doesn't have any trouble getting up to speed. I'm not totally sure about this oil gauge because I thought my other car goes up to the 3, and I thought that that was more normal, but what do you think, bud?
It's pretty nice.
We're just gonna stop for gas here. We got a quarter tank. We're not desperate, but the gas stations are a long ways apart in this area, so. Okay, just getting that premium. And we're back out on the highway. Things are going good after our fuel stop. Everything seems to be running smoothly. Let's try the cruise control here. Yeah, it works. No problem. It seems to be a really smooth running car for only $500. Feeling pretty good about it so far. We'll see if she can make it all the way home. It's about a 2-hour drive home from here, so Mom and Dad are bringing up the rear in the PT. Well guys, we got it this far. We've been on the road about an hour so far. And so far driving really nice and pretty smooth. It's got a little bit of a vibration, but who knows what that is. It might just be tires or alignment. There wasn't very good pictures and I thought maybe the interior wasn't good or something. But you can see inside's actually pretty good. And it's actually low miles. It's 205,000 kilometers, so I'll put a caption for what that is in mileage. I've just got my coat there in the back seat, but it's all pretty reasonable in here. It's not minty or anything, but it'll clean up not bad. The seats aren't all chewed up, just that one little hole in the bolstering there.
Looked like he cut right in front of him.
He did? Well, as you can see, the car made it no problem. It was just about a 2-hour trip, and really the car has no issues that I can tell. It's got worn rear shocks, but even they aren't too bad. I could run it for a while just the way it is, but I'll probably get some replacements coming shortly. So yeah, I'm very happy with it for the price I paid. I've just been looking over the car, and I mean, it's not perfect. It's got some rust spots on it, and actually not sure if you can really see that, but in there down underneath you see that funny business there in the frame rail. So I'm going to have to address that, probably weld that up. It kind of looks like somebody got it hung up on a curb and just did a little bit of damage to the rail there. It's not like it's bent or anything from a alignment standpoint, so it's just a matter of fixing it up so that it's rigid again, I guess. The tires that came on it really aren't too bad. In fact, 3 of them look good. And then just the one back one has some cracks in the sidewall, and I'm not sure whether I should condemn it or not. I might just keep an eye on it for a while. You can see it's got some cracking there, and normally I don't like to run tires that are doing that. And then I'm actually going to get working on, I'm just going to do a real quick spray job on this. I'm actually going to retain the black, but just a gloss black, of course. And I'm just going to, I'll leave the cladding as it is. That dark gray will go nicely with it. The whole car used to be dark gray, and if I was going to restore it and, you know, take all the bumpers off and the lights out and all that sort of stuff, for sure I would go with the original color there. But for now, black is cheap and available, so we're just going to do the gloss black. It'll look a lot better than this ugly flat black, and we're sort of just going to sand this and use it as a base. Here's the original color of the car, this nice charcoal gray, gunmetal gray I believe they call it. So here's the 4.2 liter V8 engine. Looks like it's been fairly well maintained. Everything's clean, no bad leaks or anything too apparent like that. It is missing the fan shroud, so I want to come up with one of those. Really should have a fan shroud. Yeah, we'll get it started up here in a minute and show you how it does on a cold start. Well, I think it's really hard to argue with that. Starts up pretty darn nice and silent too. You can see the engine just rocks a little bit. Maybe it needs some spark plugs, or maybe the motor mounts are getting worn, but certainly no alarming noises or anything to indicate that it's in poor condition. The S-Class has doors that never end. I've honestly never owned a car that had this much rear seat legroom. I've got really long legs, if you didn't know, and I've got that seat back as far as I need it to be comfortable, which is normally to the max on most cars. This car, of course, there's room to spare. But, you know, anybody could sit comfortably back here still. There's tons of legroom there. One other feature I absolutely love about both my Benzes is this. They both have this electronically adjustable telescoping steering column, and I find that just perfect because I can set the seat up exactly how I need it to be comfortable with the pedals and the armrests and all the other stuff in the car. And then normally once I do that, because I have long legs, the steering wheel is way too far away from me in most cars, and I end up, you know, kind of bending forward to reach the steering wheel, which is not comfortable. You can see the front tires here are in really nice shape. They're actually newer tires. There's no cracks in them at all. So we're good to go on the front. The back ones, I think I want to find a bit better ones just because of that one cracked one there. So one little defect the car does have, and I mean for $500 they always have a defect. It has been in a little bump in this rear corner. You can see it was pretty minor, but it has just sort of crinkled up this bumper. So I probably have to just work some brackets in there straight. I don't know exactly what's bent, but something's holding it so that this is crinkled out. And then you can see the exhaust system was hit as well, and there's a hanger broken under there, so I'm going to have to get that straightened back up. I may have to just slice the pipe and bend it up and then weld it and then get it hung back up there. So that's relatively minor to me. This car has been in a couple of accidents. I pulled the Carfax on it, and that's part of why it's so cheap, because it does actually have a bad history. But as you can see, it's not in terrible condition presently, and that's what we worry about on these old cars, is the current condition, not the past history, or at least for me. You can see there's an area here that was patched up and the fillers is lifting, so we'll have to deal with that here. Oh, they used some all-metal fill on there. Maybe they did a proper patch. Doesn't look too bad under there. Just posting up pictures of this car online on Facebook and stuff. I got quite a few comments about these lights, and people really seem to hate them. I didn't even notice at first that it had aftermarket headlights in it, but I guess the LEDs here should have been a dead giveaway. Anyways, I kind of like it. Like, I think it gives it more of a modern look, and it's just, you know, it's smooth. And I'm planning on deleting these wipers on both my cars. I know some of you will probably hate me for that, and I just think it looks a lot cleaner without those. So I'm gonna take that panel off and fill in those holes and remove the whole setup out of there. You can see my grill has a little bit of breakage here, and the bumper has a rust hole here. This is far from a mint car, but I think it's gonna make a nice driver. And we're actually replacing the beater Lincoln with it. So this is, I guess, the beater Mercedes. I don't know. I do plan on making this one nice. I see more potential in restoration with this one than I do with that one. This one has a lot more value to it restored, and it's also a better starting point. It's currently in a lot better condition than that car. Just got a chance to pop the trunk lid a few days after my walk around here. I'm already doing a quick paint job on the car, so be watching for that video coming up. And this is inside the trunk, so nothing too special. Pretty nice sized trunk though. Needs a clean up for sure. See under here, yeah, it's got a spare tire, but it does appear to be flat, so I'll have to get a tire going soon here. It's a nice added bonus. There's a couple brand new wiper blades here. They look brand new. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've never even been installed, and they're Michelin brand and everything, so that is nice. Thanks for watching Matt's Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe. for more Mercedes content, and have yourself a great day.